Brown Gold Project is an international study in 4 different countries, in Ghana, in India, in Ethiopia and Nepal. And it's addressing a major global problem of how you deal with fecal sludge in a society that has tackled open defecation, what we refer to as post-ODF society, post-open defecation society. People have toilets, they're collecting their fecal sludge in pits or septic tanks, and they have a treatment works to deal with it. The problem is that is just the next phase.
The septic tank is leaking. It goes inside the groundwater. So the problem is there actually. The water is getting polluted day by day due to the unmanaged septic tanks. And there is fecal sludge treatment plant also. But only 8% people they are using fecal sludge treatment plant. It means 92% populations they have unsafe type of management.
If you're going to change people's understanding of how fecal sludge has to be treated, and that a post-ODF society that is off-grid has some new challenges, you have to find ways to communicate that to the wider population.
In my role as the artist researcher for the Brown Gold Project, I wanted to come to Nepal and see if we could use the performing arts to understand some new things and use also the statistics and the science as a material for a performance.
And here at the WOW Festival we've also built 2 mud huts. One will be a space for conversation to discuss these issues, the other will be a space for learning.
I have worked with like marginalized communities and in different parts of the world.
Across the global south, sanitation workers are cleaning your shit, my shit, tourist shit, and their own family's shit. But they don't have adequate personal protection equipment, adequate health insurance, and they're getting sick as a result.
So we thought it would be absolutely excellent to work with the sanitation workers at the Lumbini Park. So we had a series of conversations where we talked to the women about what we were going to do and asked them if they want to be involved.
And also how we were able to build with the community, with the women, how we really built the relationship and how we built the trust and how we achieved within that. And also the concept of collaboration. I believe in collaboration. I believe in mutual learning. It's not hierarchical, but how we mutually learn. I really value that a lot. The 10 women actually working, and they are from all different castes, from high caste to really kind of lower caste. So it's mixed group. Among them, what we saw, the sisterhood, and the way they were standing for each other.
And the job of the inclusive artist is to create equity within the room. Mm-hmm. So it's a kind of, we work towards a sort of status-free space. We can't magically undo the caste system with one performance, but we can hold a space with equal value.
Yeah.
So one of the pieces of science that we were working with, and one of the images we were working with, was the chart that looked at positive sanitation practice and destructive negative sanitation practice in terms of the environment and people's lives. And what that showed was the chart had a big section in red, which was 92% alarmingly negative practice, and a strip of green at the top, which were the positive practices in terms of sort of positively dealing with waste management. And what we said was it would be fantastic to have dresses where we could start to embody those statistics. So we needed 80 metres of pink cloth on New Year's Day.
Yeah, oh my goodness.
So we had to get a taxi, and lots of people rallied round. Some people had so many metres, other people had this many metres. And we managed to pull this together, and then to be really valuing the clothes that need to properly fit. So we got a tailor to come in, and he measured everyone, and within 24 hours we had 13 outfits. So the dresses were 92% roughly pinky red, and then we had a green, thin strip of a green belt.
Yeah.
And everyone was literally then embodying the research and the problem and having conversations about, you know, what the issues were, what their experiences were.
Yeah.
So the performance was called Unclean, Unseen, with the un in brackets, so moving hopefully to a point where we are clean and we're seen. And so we had one of the aspects of the performance was we had buckets and we put mud onto our hands, and that was a kind of nod to like the human waste that we all deal with, the uncleanness, the hands linked to the touchable, untouchable thing that's in the room. One element, and then we rowed on the boat with the hands out, and then we got to the end and we all washed each other's hands.
And also one thing about the song, the way we created, you know, the whole group created. In both Abadi and Nepali language, it's kind of mixed together. Khetko petma, petko khetma means from your tummy to the land, land to the tummy, the recycle, you know.
I think the performance is a very important tool because it brings voices into the conversation that would not normally be heard.
She learned so much about the sanitation and all these things, and also she gained the confidence. And yesterday when she went with that dress, the way people look at her was totally different, and really she's really happy about that, like how it really changed the perception.
And I think that was very powerful and emotionally to me as an individual. The power of a performance to bring in those voices and empower people to communicate their views. I think that the second really valuable thing about the performance was understanding how we can connect the science and the social science and the arts work.
When she kind of finished the performance and walked out of the performance, some other people also asked, "Oh, you are wearing such a nice clothes," and then she said, "It is not just a dress; it's a message." She would never forget the way we all come together, work together, and we shared happiness, even though we had like ups and downs at their life. But the joy within the process and also being there was really excellent.
Creative activities can go way beyond simply illustrating information. What it gives is a group of people time and a shared activity and common experience within which to get to know each other, build trust in a non-judgmental environment. And those kinds of environments are a very, very rich place to understand people's lived experiences. Those experiences then really add to the data and the understanding about the challenges.
This is the very good example of integration of science, arts and natural science. That is the beauty of this project, I think.
Therefore, I think we've started to understand a great kind of science performance mix, a methodology that we can take to other places.
We were reaching the people's mind with the presentation, with the research, with the studies, with the publications. But what I see now, this is also for me a very new thing, how you reach the heart.